Like I said, going right into it, just starting with our football topics. We're a week away from the draft. Not a lot, not as much news as I feel like I should be hearing, but I guess NBA playoffs are starting. I mean, hey, NBA is in full center right now, so but just these few topics. Let's just go ahead and just get into it. All right, so Nico Tongalahawawa or whatever is, I know it's not close. I know people are gonna be like, what?
I know. Listen. No disrespect to the now UCLA
Yeah, Nico.
quarterback. We don't know your name. We can't pronounce a player. So don't. I'm gonna call you what your mama call you, Nico Tala.
Okay.
So, hey,
But
listen, go.
obviously, yeah, I was just gonna say it's been all over the news. He left Tennessee actually during spring practice, just NIL. Apparently folks are in his ear. There's been sources saying who exactly was in his ear. I'm hearing father specifically. Just say he's worth more on the market, per se. But news came out yesterday that he will be signing with the UCLA Bruins. And again, there's a lot of talking points that we can talk about. Again, the future of NIL, the regulations that people would be trying to push because of this, what other players would now be following suit, because I guarantee you there will be a copycat at some point. But what would you like to bring to this topic? I know that you were hot in talking about Nico.
Hey, so my thing is, I'm not even hot at Nico, right? So at the end of the day, this is just like somebody we know who is creating a worldwide, almost a global financial crisis. This is a man generated problem, right?
Hmm.
NCAA generated. This is because of that. Okay, now they're gonna plaster this kid's face all over it and saying this was the problem with the NCAA, and it's not the player's fault. It is the NCAA fault. Because I have a question, okay, Kyle, and okay, if at your current job that you're at right now come to you, right, that you're doing, and you had a rival who across the street, and the rival said, "Listen, I'm gonna give you exactly the role that you're doing right now. You don't have to do
Hmm.
anything extra, anything less. Only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double the salary." What you finna say? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say hello.
Right.
What? Please? What? Hey, okay. Just so I hit it right. You said I could do the same thing what I've been doing, and I'm gonna get double. Oh, wait, I signed that. Right, and so everybody looking at, oh, he's selfish. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that.
Yeah.
Listen, coaches do this all the time. Um, and no one says anything. People change teams, coaches. We've seen this in the NFL. Coaches get hired and quit before. We just had it last year or this offseason with the dude from the Buccaneers,
Oh,
right?
yeah, the OC.
Who went to Jacksonville? They couldn't find him. He said, "Oh, my kid's sick." He called out sick. The dude is in Jacksonville on an interview.
What do you say? Duval.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh
And
my
hey, we're
gosh.
gonna drop that clip right here.
Duval.
You understand? But what I'm saying is this is an NCAA issue. And I feel bad for this kid and whoever advising him, y'all need y'all butt whipped. Because now this kid's gonna take the brunt of this for the rest of his college career. And I think a lot of what happened is the NCAA hasn't put any parameters on the fact that these players are getting paid. So now, to me, what should happen is they could do a lot of different things to fix this, right?
Mhm.
You could say have them sign contracts, have them sign, have them contracts have buyouts in them, and then if you do that way, hey, you know what? Guess what? Oh, you signed for this 2 million. You want to go get that 4 million? Cool. You're gonna have to give me a half of that back, what I already gave you, and then you can go. Right?
Wow.
Coaches have buyouts. That's the reason why they don't leave every year because ain't nobody trying to pay no 7, 10 million just to get you out the contract to pay you another 50, 60 million. Right? You could do
Yeah.
that. You can say, listen, you lose a year of eligibility if you change schools, whatever. Like there's a lot of different things and ways to fix this, but
Yeah.
I think that everybody, I'm kind of taking a different take on it. Everybody's kind of beating this kid up, and I don't feel like that's, if anybody had that opportunity, you know, to change jobs and to double their pay, everybody would do it, right?
I think the
The
main
problem
thing.
is the
Oh,
problem is the portal, right? Having the portal, we've seen the portal open during the NCAA basketball. The portals open during the bowl games. Like they have to have an off season and an in season. In season, the portal should not be open, and then whenever you decide your off season is, that's the only time the portal's open, and that's the only time you'll be able to move and transfer. So, I mean, that's my point, man. I just wanted to get y'all takes on that.
yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of what you said. The portal, again, glad that the players can finally get monetized for what they do on the field. These schools are making billions and billions of dollars. Kirby Smart in the state of Georgia is the highest paid public official but in the state of Georgia,
And the state.
and has been. You know what I'm saying? So I completely feel for them. I think the big thing, and again, I can't say this for everyone. For me, it was the way he did it. Right? Again, reports say argument broke out between him. I don't know if it was a coach or whoever the heads may be at practice, and then walked out of practice. And again, as someone who's played, like you can't do that as a player. I
No,
mean, it shows
no.
to me your character and what you're about. Right? And again, I hear people say he's a grown man, he can do what he wants to do, and then at the same tone, if his dad's in his ear, like people are saying, and he was able to convince him to go and do that, again, the dad needs his butt whooped. But like, it's like again, I just didn't like how he went about it, right? And secondly, and I'm sure looking at their short sightedness and not the long term effects of this, coaches are in are clicky, right? So it's not like you're gonna leave here and go get what you want. I'm not gonna give you that to set a precedent for these other players to do that, right? So I don't even think he got the 4 million that he wanted
No.
from UCLA. I don't think the
Yeah,
figures have
they
come
said
out
they didn't
yet,
even
but
get. They said they didn't even get what he was getting
yeah,
at
like
Tennessee.
right, because he was at 2 million. He was on a $2 million NIL deal at Tennessee. He wanted to double it. So again, for me, the biggest thing was just how he went about it. Now, like you said, I think the problem lies in the lack of restrictions and boundaries for this portal. I don't know if you saw the report. The Baylor basketball team has no players right now.
Yeah,
Everyone's
everybody
gone.
left. Everybody.
Everyone's gone. You know what I mean? There's no restrictions.
I
There's
think it was
just
like
it's the
14 players gone.
yeah, you know what I mean, and again, like you said, whether it be losing your eligibility, I don't know how that will play out. I don't know what the like how the NBA has the NBA PA. Like I don't know what that version is for the players, but
Yeah.
of course they're not going to go for that. If I
You
lose your
can't do that
eligibility.
in college
That's what I'm saying.
because
Like I don't know
it's a
how they.
union. That's what it is. It's a union.
Oh, is it okay?
Because
So it's
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah, but
NFLPA is a union, but
well,
they don't
right, and
have that
see
in
they don't
college.
classify because they're not
So,
workers.
so
Yeah,
what are we gonna do?
exactly.
We have to fix whatever this issue is because you have to say,
yeah,
look, if you're gonna sign this contract, that if they're not gonna collectively bargain and have rules, then as a school, I'm gonna put in this thing. Hey, you gonna sign this contract? I'm gonna put it in my framework of the contract. And if you want this money, you got to follow by these rules. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So yeah, that was just my biggest thing. It was just how it went down, and again, his family, because they say his family's advising him. It didn't seem like smart counsel in the moment, and
Yeah,
a week
I agree.
later,
I agree with that part of it. Like I didn't like how he handled it, but like I said, if your daddy telling you, look, you're gonna go there, you're gonna cause a fuss, and then
no,
you're
no,
gonna just
right,
leave,
right. That's what I'm
then
saying.
he listening to his daddy. Now he out here looking crazy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But none of this would have happened if an NCAA actually has a framework around the fact that okay, these players should be paid. They're supposed to be paid. This is way long overdue. These, like you said, these schools have been making billions and billions of dollars on the back of these players. Okay, then they tell you, oh, we're gonna give you a degree. Come on, man. Y'all making millions and lining y'all pocket, riding on yachts. You talking about I get a degree? Like, no, I need to get some of this money that y'all are making because y'all are benefiting off of my talents and my services. And so but that has to be fixed because that's going to be a big issue, moving forward. Okay.
Um, I'm kind of in the same boat with y'all. Like I don't really. I wouldn't say this. I'm pro player, right? To me, it's power to
Of
the
course.
player. But I think as a young man, there's a certain way to go about things. You don't do things a certain way. He did it the wrong way. Um, but am I mad that he asked for the market rate? No, because look at what Carson Beck is getting down in Miami. Like it's ridiculous. So I don't know that.
Yeah, but you talk about a guy, he had a poor season, but you talk about a guy who's been in a championship game. You know what I'm saying? The guy is.
And I don't even think Carson. I
Which
think Carson might be at 3. Like I don't think no one's
They
exceeded.
say they said 4. They said
Oh,
4.
4
yeah,
for
I,
three.
I
Okay,
heard. That's what I said.
That's
I
what's
heard
being
4.
reported. Yeah.
I heard
okay.
4.
Who knows what the actual number
Which
is?
is fair. Yeah, which is fair.
But I mean, and mind you, Nico, to me, I mean, he's okay. He's mainly unproven. He's okay. Like the bones
No,
are
I
there.
know, I know what
The
you're, I know
bones.
what you're getting at. I was gonna leave his play off the. I was gonna leave it off because I'm like,
Oh, I
I didn't.
mean, you.
That would be a whole nother conversation. I was like, because I
I
seen him play,
mean,
like, you know what I'm saying. But
I mean,
go ahead. Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's about what you're worth. What are you
yeah,
worth?
no
Like,
market. What the market commands.
what do
Yeah,
you bring to the table?
yeah.
Where are you in the market? How do you? What does this dictate? Right?
Yeah.
You're okay. You're not
I agree.
bad.
I
You're not
agree.
bad. You're not terrible. You're okay.
But we wouldn't put
So
him in the upper echelon of quarterbacks in college football.
I'm not
So,
me personally.
yeah.
I'm not doing that.
But we realize that like if certain players ask for this, you're gonna try to make it work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
When
No,
Travis,
no, I'm just
If
no.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
if
Yeah.
Travis Hunter comes out here and say, "Hey, player, hey, check this out, Dion. Hey, I need an extra $2 million." Dion gonna say, "Oh, well, let me try to work it out. Let me call.
Let me call the collective. Let
Hey,
me
you know
call
what
the
I'm saying?
collective.
Hey, let me call this pistachio nuts people. Let me see. I need a couple dollars. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my
Exactly.
But
goodness.
So, when you see the market is kind of inflated, and you kind of have a bit of an ego, that's a part of the position. You're a quarterback. You're in the SEC. You win a couple games. Cool. All right. Cool. But that doesn't mean you just all of a sudden you have this cachet and this power to force a move, right? And ultimately he did force a move, but it's a step down. So what did you really accomplish? I mean, he's back home. He's because he's from Cali, but
yeah,
that's about it. Like, what did So, um, my hope is that he would be more considerate of his future and like um something like what your mom put in the chat earlier this week, Kyle. Study the consequences. I like that.
For real.
Study the consequences.
That's real. No, that's real, bro. For real. But yeah, so I mean, again, he has a new home, Southern Cal, back home. Again, you wish him nothing but success, but again, we're not going to hear about this until the season rolls around, and if he's struggling at all,
oh, they're
he's
gonna
gonna be
be on
right.
him.
Yeah,
They're gonna
he's
be
gonna
on
be
him.
right back front in the news cycle, and it's
I have
unfortunate,
one
but
more thing. One more
yeah.
thing. Because I was hearing people talk about, especially because I've been scrolling through TikTok. All my timelines and stuff is just mostly sports, right? I
Hmm.
forget the podcast, but he's an SEC guy. I think he was a former Bama coach. I think he is. He has a podcast, but he was saying how it's not the same when coaches leave an organization because they have buyouts and this and this and this, or not an organization but a school because of this and this
Hmm.
and this,
I mean, the structure is
and
different, so
but when it comes down to it, coaches make the same commitments the players do. They buy into the system. They buy into the school. More often than not, they live in the town. They moving about. They asking for money from the people. They interacting with the community, right?
of
Like
course.
it's let's not kid ourselves here. It's the
Bro,
same. Only
Kirby went after that
Yeah,
second national
that's
championship. Kirby went to Georgia and said, "Hey, I need a pay raise." And what
hey
they
right.
hey
do? Okay,
It's
like
come on.
let's
yeah.
not play
So
about.
Yeah,
let's
hey,
not be hypocrites here.
whoever said that, that's foolishness.
Let's not be
Okay, all
hypocrites,
right,
right?
because who got that? If right now somebody wants Bill Belichick, his buyout is $10 million, right? So at any point in time, if NFL teams say, you know what, listen, we messed up. We should have been interviewed you. Okay, check this out. We're gonna forget about that. We're gonna pay you that $10 million, get out that contract, baby, and we're gonna give you $80 million, and he can leave.
Hmm. Yep,
And he
just
Exactly.
has
like
the
that.
right to leave. He has the right to do that. So you can't say, tell a player he can't do the same thing that these coaches are doing. He's been bringing in players. He's been recruiting players. It's been reported that he's going into people's house. Nobody's expected Bill Belichick to do that.
Not at all.
Going in. They thought that you send the scouts out. Hey, Bill will be on the phone and hey, we don't come on. But this dude is actually going door to door, knocking on doors and stuff, man. So, but when you make those type of commitments to your players, your teams, and then not only that, the players' families, the players' parents, like, hey, send your kitty. I'm gonna take care of them. I'm gonna make sure. And these guys just bounce, and they can do it
Yep.
at any time. So I'm never gonna be against the players doing it. It's just how you go about the way it's done, and we got to hold NCAA foot to the fire, man. They just dropped the ball all the way around. They I don't know
They did.
who.
Well, they just
I don't
kind of
know
just
what type
opened the
of leadership.
floodgates.
I mean, they had no choice because the court said, "Oh, you got to pay these kids." So they had
No,
no choice. But
100%.
now,
But
when
it just seemed like
but
like
you should have done it in a more
yeah.
structured way, and not just like have this wild wild west. And now that you let it out the bottle, now it's hard to get back in the bottle
Yep.
because it's already flowing downstream. People are getting paid, and so it's crazy, man.
And
So
you can't, and if
so
I
you
was
leave, you
just
can't
about to
leave it up
say
to
too.
legislature because legislature across the country, given how we're just different across the country, now that's going to provide certain schools with an advantage over others because we can do this and you can't. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
it just
Mm-hmm.
leaves so much leeway. Like right now, it just seems like they were just like here and like just sit back and just watch the chaos. And so we'll see, man. I mean, again, I don't know how you reel it back in, but
Yeah, I don't know who the
um,
leadership is over there at NCAA, but they
I
all need to
forget
be
his
fired.
name. His
Now that
CO, I forget his name.
now that I'm thinking about it too, y'all was saying if they transfer to like take away your eligibility, but I don't even know how that works because
No,
if
I'm not. I'm just saying like
no, I'm
that's
saying
an
like
option.
as an idea,
That's an
I think
idea.
that's counterintuitive because remember the NCAA just released the thing where if you come from JUCO, you have the 4 years of eligibility. Before it wasn't like that, right? So what's to stop me from just transferring down to JUCO and then coming back up?
I'm
I'm not
sure
going
Yeah,
to lose nothing.
there got to be
yeah.
something
So
in
there are
place, but
loopholes
I mean,
around
but
that. Like
but you're gonna have to go to JUCO for at least a year. You can't go to JUCO and then come back the same season.
well, that's true, but I mean, they
So
can
then
find something.
technically you just lost a year
because I was
of
gonna say, yeah, some of
eligibility.
these kids on the timeline, okay, some of them, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
some of them.
like that messed with my timeline.